Hi again to the channel, and this video I'm making is a little bit different to what I've done before. I'm going to talk to you about non-alcoholic types of spirit. Yeah, okay, so a little bit of a contradiction in terms really, because a spirit is alcohol, and if you have a drink with alcohol in it, it can't be non-alcoholic. But if you Google non-alcoholic gin, for instance, you will get many products up as a list, and many types of drink that aren't really gin but are very drinkable and very pleasant, and they don't have any alcohol in, but they're kind of labelled as gin. So why do I drink these? Well, it's probably quite obvious. These drinks are suitable for me because I'm a diabetic for a start, and alcohol doesn't have a particularly very good effect on me. But you may have other reasons. You may just not like drinking alcoholic drinks, or if you're driving you may want something a little bit different. The thing about these drinks that I'm going to show you today are they're kind of a little bit special in as far as they kind of fit into that kind of alcoholic type drink that you might like to participate in a kind of social gathering or something like that. I just get fed up with drinking Diet Coke and diet other soft drinks, and of course you've got a selection of non-alcoholic beers, but sometimes I want something a little bit different, and I'm finding that these drinks are kind of filling in that gap for me. So the thing about these drinks are, of course, as you may have guessed from what I've just said about me not allowed sugars and carbs because of my diabetes. These drinks don't tend to have any sugar in or sweeteners. They're free of calories. They don't have any artificial additives or colours in at all. They are full of what are called botanicals, so to evoke a kind of a special unique taste. For instance, they can contain spices, berries, barks, peels, peppers, roots, all sorts of things, all natural things. The thing about these products is they do have quite a subtle taste to them, and if you start to add too many strong things to the drink, then you're going to drown out that subtle flavour and smell that you get from these. So you have to be very careful when you mix these as a drink or a cocktail, and you can use them in a cocktail. But I'm going to demonstrate today how to just mix these with tonic water, and we'll have a look at the type of tonic water that I use. The downside of these drinks are that they are quite expensive. In fact, they are as expensive as their counterparts in the spirit world. So you could say that they are as expensive as a bottle of gin. So you might say to yourself, well, why buy these then? But it comes back again to what you intend to achieve by buying these drinks. If you want a non-alcoholic drink, then make these special. They are a special drink. They in their own way, and that special taste that you get or derive from these drinks kind of, I think, fills in that need to kind of have like an alcoholic drink in a way. It's not going to have, of course, any effect on you as a gin and tonic would do, but it's just a different experience and allows you to have a drink with friends or in a social atmosphere and feel that you're participating. That's what I feel. So from a typical bottle, which is usually 70 centilitres, you would probably expect to get about 15 drinks from a bottle. You're not going to be drinking it all the time, and how I use these products is that I kind of limit myself and choose to have these as a special drink, and that way it kind of enables me to stretch these drinks out, because you know, £20 plus for a bottle, that's quite expensive, but if you think about it in those terms of, you know, it replaces really a bottle of gin or whatever other spirit that you may have drank in the past, or what people drink, then it's comparable, I think. Okay, so before we actually move into the kitchen and I show you how to mix one of these drinks up, I'm going to just go through the 4 bottles that I've currently got, and just to kind of give you a hint as to what these taste like, and how you might use them as well. So the first one on the list is the one that we're going to use today, and I'm going to make a like a gin and tonic out of this, and it's my favourite. So and that is Seedlip Spice 94. That's the one that I like, and you'll see straight away that these bottles are very nice. They're well designed. You feel as if you've got an expensive drink in your hands. It feels something special, so that kind of adds to it really. And Seedlip is the company. You can get these various places, of course Amazon sell these, as you might expect, and Seedlip is the company, and they do various types, but this Spice 94 is the one I like. Now if you just smell it, you can smell those spices in there. There's a kind of a hint of clove in there, and other things as well. It's really nice. It's a nice smell, and it's clear. It's like gin. It's just a clear liquid, and as I say, we'll be using that one today. That's my favourite. So another one that I've got here is also Seedlip, and this came in a pack of 3 as a gift. This is a different type. This one's called Garden 108. Garden 108, and you can see that it's got a slightly different kind of shaped emblem on the front there. Again, a nice package, you know, nice bottle. This one, it's not so much my favourite, but it's still an interesting smell and taste. Completely different to the other one. It reminds me of cucumber a little bit. So cucumbers aren't my favourite vegetable, salad type vegetables. So I kind of, you know, I do drink it occasionally, and I will persist with it, but it's not my favourite. So again, Seedlip, they make a whole variety, and if you go onto Amazon, you don't have to buy from Amazon, but if you go onto Amazon, you'll be able to see the different types that Seedlip make, and you'll be able to have a look at the reviews as well, because the reviews within Amazon give you a good idea as to what people think about these. Again, kind of a ginny type texture to the liquid, feels like gin, but it isn't gin. I can assure you this is not gin, but it is an interesting smell and taste. So the third one I wanted to show you, that of course we won't be using today, something a little bit different from the Seedlip range. This is one's called Borage 47 Paloma Blend. citrus, spice and pepper. Now this one, you can see that I have kind of gone through this a little bit, and I think that was Christmas we really gave this a bit of a caning actually. It's a very much stronger smell and taste. I'm not that familiar with borage as far as the plant's concerned, but I understand that the flowers from borage, and they kind of, I suppose they're detailed on the design around here, are actually used in the recipe. And the marketing behind this is that we need to save our bees, and borage flowers attract bees, and that's their marketing, is that they're kind of using the borage flower, and of course I don't know, they're promoting the growing of borage for this, so they're helping the bees. A stronger smell, a stronger taste, and if you use this then with tonic, it's great, but you don't need to put as much of this into a glass compared with the Seedlip. So whereas the Seedlip I would probably put about 40 to 50 mils in a glass. With this, perhaps 20-25 mils, a little bit less, because it's actually quite a strong taste. But I would buy it again. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So that's borage. Again, you can buy this on Amazon. About, I think it's a little bit less than £20, something like that. That's a smaller bottle. That's 500 mils, but it's actually a little bit cheaper, so that's probably why. The last one, and as I say, we're not going to do anything with this one today. This is Everleaf, and you can see that it's a completely different liquid in there, kind of orangey browny liquid, and this one is quite strong, and I will read out what it says. A complex infusion of 18 of the world's finest sustainable sourced botanicals, includes Madagascan vanilla, saffron, orange blossom and voodoo lily. Now you can't, you know, if you see that a drink's got voodoo lily in it, you're going to buy it, aren't you? And that's what I've done. Now this one, a very strong smell and taste, probably even stronger than the borage one. Yeah, definitely stronger. And I would recommend this as well, but I would say that I believe, after tasting this, that it probably has a bit more carb and sugar in this one, because it says non-alcoholic on the top, but it also says bittersweet aperitif. To me that means that there probably is something added in there, a sweetener of some sort. Now, just going back to the borage one, I forgot to say the borage one here. If you go onto their website, they have all sorts of ideas for including the borage in what they call a mocktail, in other words a non-alcoholic cocktail, and there's all sorts of recipes in there that are quite interesting. I haven't tried any of them, but you know, I think I might have a go. But some of these recipes do include a syrup, so again it's adding sugar to the recipe, which really isn't what I can do. So now we will move into the kitchen, and I will make one of these gin and tonics using the Seedlip product. Let's move over to the kitchen. Okay, we're in the kitchen. Apologies, take notes, of course. That doesn't say borage, does it? That says borago. It's just me, basically, always always calling this borage because I guess that's what it tastes of, so I've kind of always called it borage, but it's Borago if you're going to search for that. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's go on and have a look at how we make this gin and tonic then. So what do I got here? So we've got the tonic water measurer, a glass, a decent glass, and some lemon. It's quite simple really. I'm going to get some ice out in a minute, and I'm going to obviously cut a slice of lemon for this. So let me just say something about the tonic. So what I am using is Fever Tree tonic water. It is low carb, low sugar, whatever. It has got some carb in there, but this one, and they do a series of different flavors, but this one I like the best. This one has got elderflower in it, and it really is nice. I think it works out about 50 pence for a can, but it's just well worth paying that for a nice tonic water to go with your drink. As I said before, what you're doing here is you're making something special using good ingredients, and you'll enjoy the drink more so for doing that. So I would recommend these Fever Tree tonic waters. They're really good, delicious and low in calories, so it's a low calorie type, but as I say, there will be some carb in there, and there will be some I guess some sugar. So that's the tonic. Now the glass. We're going to make it special, so use a nice glass. If you've got a crystal glass like this, then use it. It just adds to it. You're making something special, a nice drink. Use a decent glass, and if you haven't got one, just go out and buy one. But I'm not going to use this one. Why? Because I've got one in the freezer. So this one you can see with the steam coming off it. This has been in the freezer for about an hour in preparation. I want my drink to be cold, and I want it to maintain that chilled aspect for the length of the drink. So when I put the ice in here and everything else, the ice will still be there after an hour, because I want this to be a long drink that I can savour and over a period of time. So a frosted glass out of the freezer. So let's start to make. So I'm going to first measure out some of this Seedlip spice 94 to my measure. As I say, about 40 mils into the glass. So that's the so-called spirit in there. I'm going to go over to the freezer now and get some ice. Don't skimp on the ice. Plenty in there. 3,
4, 5, and let's have another one. Let's have 6 in there. That's enough. 6 cubes in there. I mean, let's face it, ice is cheap enough, so you can use as much as you want. And let's cut ourselves a nice wedge of lemon. You can use other things, I guess, but I prefer lemon. You could use orange as well. Sit that on the top, and then let's open up our Fever Tree tonic. And there we are. Let's just give it a little stir around.
Cheers. That's very good. I just love this drink, and you can just gently sip this, as I say, over an hour. Probably isn't going to last very long today, but that is fantastic. Just try it yourself, and maybe get one of those smaller bottles to try out first, see what you think. But yes, I can really recommend these. These are great. So that's bye from me until the next video, which I just do not know what that will be, but who knows, it could be anything, couldn't it? Okay, you take care now, and bye.